Before we'll begin with the session, can you please introduce yourself?
Um, I'm a rising 11th grader at Northview High School. I'm located in Georgia, um, and I'm here to prepare for the SAT.
Okay, great, wonderful. So, before we'll jump into the mathematics part, like anything else you'd like to tell about yourself, like what else you're interested in apart from academics?
I like to play chess and badminton in my free time. Um, I also like going on walks and spending time with my friends.
Okay, great, wonderful. Okay, so if I come back to mathematics now, like if you have to rate your interest in mathematics on a scale of 1 to 10, so where would you rate it?
Um, 7.
7, okay, it's fine. Okay, so anything interesting that you found in mathematics, like most interesting part and the most boring part you can tell?
I really liked polar stuff, polar coordinates, the polar curves.
Fine. Regarding the SAT curriculum, I'll tell you, like what is it basically? It's just everything that you have done from your grade 1 to grade 10, right? So
Hmm.
it's a compilation of all that, but it tests the fundamentals. It doesn't focus on like how much you can memorize, but it focuses on how much you can grab, how much you can grasp, right? How strong your fundamentals are. Yeah. So there are four major sections basically, uh, for which we have divided the curriculum into. Like the first section, if I'll tell you, uh, is an algebra. So what does algebra contain? So what do you think was the first thing you studied in algebra?
Like two-step equations.
So basically, um, you might have learned about initially variables, constants. That's what you started algebra with, right?
Yeah.
So we begin to understand polynomials, right? Then we move to
Hmm.
equations like linear equations, right?
Hmm.
Then we move on to quadratic equations. Then we move on to inequalities, right? And so on.
Hmm.
So this is what we're
Okay.
going to study in algebra part. Then there is another section, number theory or number system. What we study here, classification of numbers. So what is classification basically? So you'll study like there are different types of numbers like rational numbers, integers, irrational numbers, real numbers, right? All that stuff is included here. But apart from that, there are other classifications. What the other classifications are? So basically, even odd, right? That can be another classification, or even composite, right? That can be other type of classification. So all that stuff, the problems based on that, that is being covered here. Apart from that, what else we cover here? Counting principles. So what are counting principles? Basically, what you might have studied in permutation combinations, right? That is what we cover here. Apart from that, we have sequence and series, like arithmetic sequence, geometric sequence, right, and so on.
Hmm.
That is what we cover in the number theory part. After that, there is another very important segment, that is geometry, right? What is being covered here in the geometry section? You learn about like basics of coordinate geometry, right? That how Cartesian coordinate system works, what ordered pairs are, distance formula, section formula, all that area of triangle, etc. Then after that, here we have very important thing, that is theorems regarding triangles, circles, right? And the problems related to them. Then after that, what is being covered is trigonometry as well, obviously, right? Then after that, there is surface area and volume of solids, right? Like cylinders, cone, cuboid, right? All these shapes we learn how to figure out the surface area, volume, etc., and so on, right? Then comes the last section, that is probability and statistics, right? Now, what is being covered here? There is mean, median, mode, the basic statistics, right?
Mhm.
Even deviation we study here. Then we go towards data interpretation. Do you know what is data interpretation?
Mm, like analyzing data, right?
Yeah, like charts, tables,
Y-
all those, studying them and studying the statistics based on that. Then there is the last thing, that is basic probability, right? Basic probability. So this is the overall view of what needs to be covered. Got it? Now
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
be starting with the basics of algebra, right? Now in the algebra, I told you like polynomial is something that is the fundamental thing, right? But before that, there is something which will let us understand the polynomial. That is something called the algebraic expression. Can you define what algebraic expression means?
Does it mean like linear equations, like using variables, constants?
Using variables and yeah, it is something related to that. Using variables and constants. So it's simply, I'll tell you, if anything you come across that consists of variables, constants, right? So
Mhm.
variables, constants, and any of four fundamental operators. So what are four fundamental operators? You know them. Basically,
Uh,
maybe you don't.
um,
Yeah.
wait, what?
You know them, what four fundamental operators are. Maybe you don't know about the nomenclature, like four, they're called the four fundamental operators, right? But you're very well aware of these. What are the basic operations in mathematics?
Oh, addition,
Yeah.
subtraction, multiplication,
Yeah.
division.
Yeah, they are the four fundamental operators, right? So anything
Mm-hmm.
you'll see which consists of variables, constants, and any of these four fundamental operators, you say that's an algebraic expression, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, 3x square plus 2x plus 5. Clearly an algebraic expression, right? There's a variable, there's a constant, and they're fundamental operators. Then also I can give another example like this. So 5x square plus 3x power 1 by 2 plus 6, right? This is an algebraic expression as well, because this also satisfies the quality of being called an algebraic expression. Now look at these two. If I have to talk about something like polynomial, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Out of these two, are both of them polynomials? Only one of them is a polynomial, or none of them is a polynomial?
The first one is a polynomial. Uh,
Okay. What
I
about the
think the
second one?
second one is also a polynomial.
It might look, but the second one is not a polynomial, right? The reason
Mm.
being this power as fraction on the variable. So how is polynomial different from an algebraic expression? Because polynomial is what? It is an algebraic expression, but a special type of algebraic expression, right?
Yeah.
So what is special about it? Special is that power on variable is always whole number, right? It can't be a fraction or decimal or anything like that. It has to be a whole number, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, what you call the whole number. It can't be fraction or anything like this. So that is why, because there is a fraction in the power, so this will not qualify to be called as a polynomial, right? Okay. Now, for polynomials, few things we need to understand. For example, if I have a polynomial 3x squared plus 5x plus 7, right? So these things which are separated by this like plus or minus, they're called the terms of a polynomial. Terms, right? And if you
Mm-hmm.
look at this, x squared is multiplied by this 3, x is multiplied by this 5. So this 3 will be known as coefficient of
Coefficient.
x squared, right? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. So this one will be coefficient of x, right? So this is how
Hmm.
we will know them. Now there is one more thing, that is the degree. So do you know what is degree?
Yeah, like the power at the
Highest power, right?
highest degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the basis of this, polynomials are classified, but there are basically two classifications. I'll tell you, like, one classification is based on number of terms, right? If the polynomial has one term, you'll call it a monomial. If it has two terms, you'll call it a binomial. Three terms, trinomial, and so on. But there's a more well-known this classification based on degree. Like degree is one. You call that linear polynomial, right?
Hmm.
If the degree is, for example, 2x plus 1, right? It's a linear polynomial. Now, for example, the degree is 2. There's like 3x squared plus 5x plus 7, right? So
Yeah.
you'll call that a quadratic, very well known, like what we know by quadratic equation, right? That is where quadratic polynomial is used. Similarly, if you have degree 3, right? 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x,
Exponential.
8, right? Um, no, exponential, like exponent is present everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Because you're just in even in quadratic, because you're squaring it, cubing it. So this one is called the cubic polynomial, right?
Okay.
Cubic polynomial, and so on. Now, for this polynomial, if I use the equality sign now, for example, there's a linear polynomial 2x plus 1. If I equate it to 0, now it becomes an equation, right?
Mm.
As soon as you use equality sign, it becomes an equation. Now it's a linear equation. Linear polynomial is here, but on the right side I've used 0. So if I have to find the value of x for this, so I'll call it the 0 of this equation, right? 0 of this polynomial. Or there's another word like root of this equation, or there's another
Yeah.
word solution, right? You'll be knowing this by these names: 0, root, or solution, right? Now if I have
Hmm.
to find the root of this or solution of this equation, 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, it's very simple. I'll put 2x is equal negative 1, x is equal negative 1 over 2. As simple as this, right? But at the
Yeah.
same time, if I have something like this, x squared minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. Now it's a quadratic equation. It's not as simple as the linear equation. So how will you figure the value of x?
I will factor it.
There's one method that's called the factorization. You're right.
Yeah.
What is other method?
Use the quadratic formula.
Quadratic formula. Any other method? There's one more method, but we're not much concerned with that. That is completing the square, right? But we'll be focusing on
Mm.
these two. Now,
Okay.
x square minus 7x plus 12. Can you try to figure out the value of x for this?
Yeah. -3 and -4.
Let's see. Like it's x square minus 3x minus 4x plus 12 equals 0. So x minus 3 minus 4, x minus 3 equals 0. So this is x minus 3, I'll take common and left with x minus 4 equals 0. Now look at this. Why is this method called factorization method? Because this turned it from this to this. So that means factorization in the product form, right? So whenever
Yeah.
you're able to turn something into product form, that's factorize. You mean you have factorized that. So x minus 3 x1, that means either this is 0 or this is 0, right? Because the product of
Yeah.
two things is 0. It's only possible when either of them is 0. So that means x minus 3 equal to 0, which means x is equal positive 3, right? Or
Yeah.
x minus 4 equals 0, which means x is equal positive 4. So not negative, it should be positive, right?
Positive. Mm.
So positive 3 and positive 4. Perfect. This makes sense. Okay, let's move towards the problem part. Okay. Okay, can you look at this problem? X square plus y square is equal 52, right? And xy is equal 24. Can you figure out what is x minus y whole square?
I'm not sure how you would figure this out.
Okay, no problem. Like um, for SAT, uh, just solving the problem may not be enough. It's like how to quickly assess that. Like, what is the shortest way to do it, right? Easiest way to do it because there's every time. Um, because you know the problem that's given to you that should be solvable in very quick time, right? So for this one, look. If you look at this x minus one, x minus y whole square. What is the formula for? Do you know the identity? What is identity?
Yeah,
X minus that is x square plus y
plus
square
y square.
minus 2xy, right? If you notice, x square plus y square is given to you. That's 52, right? Also, xy is given to you. That's 24. So I'll write 2 times 24. So that is 52 minus 48. So which is 4. So 4 should be the final answer, right?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the next one now. Look at this. A minus b divided by a square minus b square is 1 over 5. A square minus b square divided by a plus b, that's 1. Can you find the value of b? You have a pen and paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can try this. Got it. For the first equation, a minus b divided by a square minus b square, what you can do? In fact, write the denominator. A square minus b square will be a minus b, a plus b, right? So then
Yeah.
a minus b get cancelled, and you'll have 1 over a plus b is equal to 1 over 5, correct? Which means a plus b is equal to 5. So then you can do the same for second equation and then solve the two equations. So yeah, you can continue. So are you still doing?
Yeah, I'm doing the second equation.
Okay.
I got the values for A and B.
Uh, you have to find the value of just b, right?
I
So what
found
are you?
both.
Yeah, what are you getting?
I got 3 for A and 2 for B.
Okay. A plus b divided by a plus b is equal to 1. This and this is gone. A minus b is equal to 1. So if we add them, 2a is equal to 6. Implies a is equal to 3. So b will be 5 minus 3. That's 2. Yeah, you're correct. B will be 2. Perfect. Let's go towards this one. Yeah, can you try this? If a square b minus ab square is 30 and ab is equal to 6, then what is b minus a? Got it?
No, I'm halfway there, but I don't know what I could like do next.
Okay, let me do it like this. A square b minus ab square, that is 30, right?
Yeah.
So ab I'll take common. I'm left with a minus b. That's 30, right? But I also know what's ab. That's 6. So 6 times a minus b, that's 30. So that means a minus b is equal to 30 over 6. 6 5s are 30. Now a minus b is 5, but we need b minus a. Multiply both sides by minus 1. So you'll have b minus a is equal to negative 5. This is what we had to do. So -5 will be the correct answer, right? Any doubt over this, you can tell me. I'll explain it again if you have any confusion over any step.
I don't understand the fourth step. Like a minus b is equal to 30 by 6. Oh, a minus 6.
A minus b. So this is like 6 multiplied by a minus b, that's 30. Now when I take this 6 on the other side, it comes in the denominator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Division. Like it's 6 multiplied by a minus b. So a minus b will be 30 divided by 6, right? This is what happens like when you transform on the other side, multiplication, right? It becomes a division.
Okay.
Then a minus b was 5 because 30 by 6 is 5. Then if a minus b is 5, isn't it? B minus a will be -5 because if you multiply both sides with -1, you'll get
Yeah.
b minus a is equal to -5. Okay.